I was inspired to write this show because I really love Shakespeare, but I think often the minor characters sort of get cast aside, and I think there's a lot of really cool storylines that actually aren't the main storylines or aren't explored. So Mercutio's relationship with Romeo was something that I wanted to explore because there's a lot of sort of ambiguous language that's used, and the sort of reading of Mercutio being homosexual is quite like a widely accepted literary reading, so I wanted to create a play that sort of worked into that and explored that dynamic.
Mercutio is, well, he's Romeo's best friend, but he's sort of got this subconscious feeling that he wants more than that. He's very sort of dynamic when he's with other people out in public. He kind of has this very mercurial sort of persona. However, when he's on his own, he definitely has sort of a different personality. He's much more sort of introverted, subdued, sort of more, I guess, in touch with his emotions in that sense.
Juliet at the beginning is quite trapped, especially by her parents and the societal rules that she has to comply with. But over the course of the show, she really finds her agency through finding love and also through her friendship with Mercutio. Paris is very much a representation of the expectations that are laid on Juliet. When Juliet finally falls in love with Romeo, it gives her more agency because it's finally a choice that she's been allowed to make rather than her parents' choice. So it's been very exciting to play that journey.
I also just think the agency that we give Juliet as well is quite different to the idea of like star-crossed lovers and fate. I feel like without her death scene, she's a much more a character with much more agency, I'd say.
Mercutio and Juliet's friendship centres around sort of both of them feeling at odds with the world around them. They don't feel like they fit in entirely. Mercutio having to sort of subdue his personality, having to put on a facade when he's out in public. Juliet not even being given the opportunity to express herself in public because of, the strict social rules that were in place.
So the physical theatre is such an interesting thing that Tara has decided to add in because it shows Mercutio's and Juliet's kind of inner thoughts through their actions, and also it really portrays really well how Mercutio and Juliet are feeling kind of the same kind of love for Romeo.
So the physical theatre has been a really cool way to explore parallels between Juliet and Mercutio. The timeline that we created is that Mercutio falls in love with Romeo at the same time that Juliet falls in love with Romeo. So having physical theatre sequences that talk about Mercutio's feelings for Romeo and Juliet's feelings for Romeo allowed us to create these parallels and gave us this sort of abstract dimension to explore their desires and their dreams surrounding Romeo. It definitely veers off being like a naturalist play at points, but it has been a lot of fun, and it's been an opportunity to do a bit of choreography.
I feel like the way we've written it is a perfect balance between Shakespeare's iambic pentameter and modern modes of speaking and speech patterns. I think it's really nicely interwoven.
So in the play, we see Mercutio go from sort of the enigmatic life of the party type in his friendship group. Everyone kind of loves hanging around him, but we immediately see when he comes home, he's on his own, he's sort of struggling internally with his own sort of demons. As the play progresses, these come to show in his love for Romeo, and also how that strains his friendship with Juliet, who, as we all know, has also fallen in love with Romeo.
I want people to take away a different perception of Shakespeare from this show. I feel like there's so much that is so amazing in Shakespeare, and people often discount it because of the language or the inaccessibility. So I really hope that people come away maybe being more interested in Shakespeare.
People should come and watch Mercutio's Romeo and Juliet because it offers a unique perspective on one of Shakespeare's most famous plays. Although the interpretation that Mercutio is homosexual is not by any means new, this sort of gives life to that interpretation and allows the audience to kind of get a glimpse of some of the more minor characters within Shakespeare's work.
People should watch the show because it's basically some of the only live theatre that's happening at the moment. And not only that, but it's really good. It's got lovely moments of friendship and romance and anger. Yeah, it's a really exciting play and a really nice new adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
See, also, it's a really nice thing to do in these rotten times where we're all stuck inside. Just watch something that's under an hour, and I promise you it will fill you with joy.
If you do like Mercutio's Romeo and Juliet, please share it, tell your friends, tell your grandma, yeah, it's really cool and we'd like as many people as possible to watch it.
Thank you very much for watching our show. We really hope you enjoy it. Please let us know what you think. It's still available on YouTube for a while. It will be. So if you haven't had a look at it yet, make sure to catch it.
And if you did, feel free to donate on Anegada Theatre's website.